Hello and welcome back to Falcon Blues TV. Joined once again with Mike. Mike, it's good to have you back.
Great
now,
to be
Mike's
back.
normally a lot taller than me, but you've sat down to make it more, what's the word? Level.
Yeah.
In fact, now I'm taller than you.
Are you sure you don't want me to stay down? I'll stay down here, yeah.
It's like standing by Duncan. Yeah. Oh, sorry, that guy, I mean.
Yeah.
Look at these. Look at that.
The manager and the assistants.
Fantastico.
Hey.
Yeah. But obviously we're here to talk about Everton are playing Arsenal tomorrow at the Emirates. Obviously it's going to be a tough game, but with everyone sort of packed near each other, we've seen Chelsea have won today.
Yeah, I mean it's a real big test for the manager. If we've got any ambitions of progressing and getting any further forward under this manager, this is a game where you would hope that we can lay down a marker. And get something from. I watched last week's game when they played Newcastle, and first half Newcastle got at them, and I think if we can do the same, come out the blocks flying, there's no reason why we can't get anything tomorrow from that game.
I've seen a lot of people saying that last week about Newcastle done alright in the first half, and they're not the force they were, are they, Arsenal? No. You know what I mean? I mean, even last season when we went to the Emirates, I thought we played really well, even though we got beat 2-0. We actually had a good go with them, and it was just one of those games where we were fluffing chances, not taking them.
Last year's game was typical of Everton against these supposed big clubs over the last 20, 25 years, where we've gone there, flattered to deceive, and ultimately come away with absolutely nothing. And this is the type of game that he has to try and make an impact if we want to progress further.
Sure. And speaking of Carlo Ancelotti, obviously Mikel Arteta, the former player, is the Arsenal manager. Before we go into that, I've got a question. Do you think the Arsenal fans would have took Ancelotti over Arteta?
100%.
I agree.
I'm absolutely, I'm over the moon. He's at Everton Football Club. He's probably the sign of the last, for a long, long period of time. We didn't sign anyone in January window. Ultimately, this guy was the signing in the January window. I know he came in a little bit before that, but the place has completely changed, hasn't it? But with our Arsenal now, I think they'd probably still take him. Yeah,
I mean, when you look at it, on paper, you kind of think maybe the Everton job would have suited Arteta better. I think it's a tough job for him, not just because it's a lot of pressure and stuff like that, but their fans, they're not. It's very toxic, hasn't it? The last couple of years, and they don't just want success; they want instant success now. And I kind of get it. Look, it wasn't that many years ago. We'll remember the Invincibles. You know what I mean? When season unbeaten, then they went like a bit of a barren run, and then they were.
There's almost like quite a bit of a similarity between the two sets of fans in terms of.
Sure.
They're obviously, we're both desperate for success. Obviously, they've had it a lot more recently than us. We've gone through a lot of managers. They've obviously gone through, this is the third manager in a number of years now. I think it's going to be a really, really tough job for Arteta. Going back, 3 months ago, I probably would have took him at Everton with the names that gets powdered about.
Of course,
he was right at the top. He was at the top of my list before Ancelotti came anywhere was even mentioned. I think probably give him time, if he can stamp his authority on that football club, there's a lot of bad apples in that squad by the looks of it. If he can get rid of them, there's no reason why they can't be, back to being the force that they once were. But obviously, hopefully not tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we were just saying about it, his record with James, really. It's pretty good since the turn of the year.
Yeah, well, he hasn't lost a game, has he? I think you've got to go back to when they played Chelsea at home, where they ultimately got turned over by Chelsea. But they've played Thursday night as well. I think they scored late.
Yeah.
Thursday, Sundays. We all know from the past 4 or 5 years of being in Europe how difficult that was.
Of course, yeah.
So hopefully, we can cause them some real problems tomorrow.
We've certainly got players to do that, and obviously one returning. He is a belter, Mr. Andre Gomez.
Yeah. Well, we've missed him, haven't we? In the middle of the park, and for him to come back and following that injury so quickly, everyone's talking about that, aren't they? He's flown back.
It's amazing.
He must have amazing bones.
Yeah.
Drinking loads of milk.
Loads of calcium, yeah.
I think we're going to be a completely different team with him in the side, a lot more confident in the middle of the park. It's someone who we have missed, who can get on the ball and who can make things happen.
Make things happen indeed, and that's what we've been missing, haven't we? I don't know whether we're cursed, but our centre mids this season, they've either all got injured or just been. Obviously, I still think we're missing Idrissa Gueye. You just see how much of a player he was.
He's not been replaced. I mean, that's quite clear that he went and there was no. Well, doesn't appear like there's been any backup plan following him or his replacement, because Fabian Delph only ever played on the left at Man City, and now he's playing in the middle of the park. Ultimately, he's being played out of position. Goodbarman,
we don't know about because he's been unfortunate with a really bad injury, but
no, you can't really measure him at all yet, can you? But yeah, I mean, Gomez, I can't wait to see him back in a blue shirt. Top player, and hopefully he can carry on from where he left off.
That's it, and he's got everything, hasn't he? Like literally everything. If he's not got a hair product deal, like with, I don't care who it is, get him in. You know what I mean? Like if he was that injured, if they do another suited not booted and he's unavailable, you can come and speak to me, Evan. Yeah. You know, because we look so much similar, don't we?
Should get a t-shirt with him on.
Well, we shall. Okay. That's not a bad shout, actually. Now, we're also discussing that apparently Juventus are getting linked with Sidibe. It's like a lot of big teams are going after him, aren't they? They're saying AC Milan as well.
I mean, he's a strange player, Sidibe, isn't he? Because
I'm like that.
You know, I think Jay mentioned before that, you know, for the money that's being touted, you know, 13 million, is it? You know, he's definitely worth a punt. Would you want him in your starting 11? Probably not. Can we do better? I hope so.
You can pay 40 mil for someone who's not proven and ends up.
Yeah, we've done that.
You know what I mean?
We've done that more than once, unfortunately.
It was just flops. So 30 million is not that much for someone who's proven to be an alright player. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, he gets a lot of assists. He gets up forward. I just think sometimes he forgets that he's a defender. It's like, but like, as you were saying, Jay, as well, he's very versatile. It's good to have a utility player like that.
Definitely, yeah.
He has got a good engine on him, and he's a big unit as well. Now, I just don't know where his best position is. Do you think he's a better off as a winger, as a right back? Because we've seen where he can be a liability. Like, do you remember that derby at Anfield where they took him off in the first half? Like, he got roasted that game, but
I think everyone did. Let's be honest.
Everyone did actually. Yeah.
No, we can't really pin much of the blame at him for that game.
No, I don't mean to pin the blame on him. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, he's a good solid player.
Yeah.
And he's a squad player, isn't he? And that's what you want. You want a better squad. Is he better than what we've got at the moment? Yeah, he probably is better than John Joe Kenny, isn't he?
Yeah.
You know, Seamus Coleman with that injury, he's never been the same player since, has he?
Time waits for no man as well. He's not getting any younger.
No.
And
it's certainly a position where over the next 12 to 18 months I'd like to see us strengthen even further.
Definitely. I feel like we were in this position about 2 seasons ago. Remember when Leighton Baines was sort of getting to that age, and we were going, how are we going to replace him? And we got relatively lucky really with Luca Dean. I know he's been a bit up and down with form this season, but
yeah, he's another one.
There's also rumours that like he's got shin splints and stuff, and he's playing through a lot of injuries and stuff like that, which you ever had shin splints?
Nope.
Horrible. It's just like a real just pain that's there, and you can't really do anything to get rid of it. But what's your predictions for tomorrow, mate?
I'm the most negative predictor in the world. I will.
Okay. Love this.
I will. I'll be a little bit more positive than normal. 2-2.
2-2.
I'll be happy with the draw, going there and getting a point. You know, getting anything of these top clubs, as far as I'm concerned, is a bonus.
Yeah, that's spot on point. But where they are in the league now? The below us, aren't they?
They are 9th.
Yeah. Now, if we do want to, like people saying, oh, you could get 5th and whatnot, that could get you in the Champions League. But we've got to go to places like this, believing we can win, haven't we?
Yep.
And I'm sure they're going in with a lot of confidence, and I'm sure that guy there, Mr. Ancelotti, is going to be getting the boys ready for it. And you know what? I never normally do this. But I've got a feeling I'm going to win 2-1.
I hope you're right.
I hope so. Touch woods. Well, I'm not picking that up, but we know what that is. That's something coming soon. Yeah, I don't know why. And we haven't won at Arsenal in a long time.
I think it's probably before we were both born.
It was in the mid-90s. Yeah, I remember Dave Watson scored.
96, I think, right?
96, yeah.
1996.
It's a long time ago, that though.
This is it. This is what we talked about at the opening of the video. This has got to change sooner or later.
Same with Chelsea in a few weeks. We haven't beat them for over 20 years, I don't think.
That's the longest away.
Is it?
The longest any club's not won at another team for is Everton and Chelsea.
What do you mean?
I think the top 10 of them, there's about 4 or 5 of them are Everton.
And I'll be honest, over the years I've seen Everton get some batterings at the old Highbury. Do you remember that one where Tony Adams scored twice? Oh, that one was horrible.
Played on the Sky Reel all the time as well.
Always, wasn't it? Yeah. Can you believe it? That one with Martin Tyler. Or, do you remember after we finished fourth and then we got battered 7-0? Yeah. Now, one of my mates went...
That was peak Everton. That's peak Everton.
It's like the boys just all went on holiday that game. You know what my favourite part of that was? One of my mates went, and at the end of the game, a lot of the players went and threw the shirts in the crowd. And Richard Wright played in goal. He threw his jersey into the crowd. Someone threw it back. Oh my days. That's funny. Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're going for 2-2. I'm going to go for 2-1. We're up early, aren't we, tomorrow, James? No boxing for us.
8 o'clock start, isn't it?
Yeah, there'll be no watching.
Should we have a prediction for that?
The boxing? Go ahead.
Jay, wait. First of all, Jay, come on.
Yeah, you're the man.
You're the expert. The puncher or the boxer?
Fury.
I want Fury to win.
Yeah, so I'm desperate for him to win.
Like Wilder's just like, he's just a knockout merchant, isn't he? Yeah. You know what I mean? But I think everyone kind of wants Fury to win, don't they?
So three Fury predictions.
Okay. What's wrong with this? No.
What about Love Island on Sunday?
Don't watch it.
I'll be honest, right? I always say that I don't, but James knows I was a secret fan. But I've not caught any of the season, to be honest. The last one though, I was well into it. Like, it's very entertaining. Look, do you know what though? Anytime.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
Anytime.
I don't watch it.
Anytime you rip me about watching wrestling now, I'm just saying Love Island. Wrestling's real, isn't it?
Who's going to win that?
Paige and Finn.
You heard it here first.
Who?
Paige and Finn.
I thought you said Paige and Fiddle then. Paige and Finn, eh?
But we're going to miss it, aren't we, coming over from Arsenal? So, a bit gutted, to be honest.
Yeah.
Sell your ticket.
Oh, God. Welcome back to the Loose Women edition of Falcon Blues TV, eh? So there you go, you got your predictions for the match.
Anything else you can predict? Anything else going on?
Trying to think anything else, any other sporting events are coming on.
Anything on the telly? We can start reviewing. We can start reviewing all kinds of things, can't we?
Been watching Titans on Netflix. That's a pretty good show. Anything else to predict? Dancing on Ice, is that still going?
I don't know what that is.
I miss Kevin Kilban when he was on it.
Is he still on?
I don't know.
I do know he's married the woman on it. So
yeah, I know the Canadian. Yeah.
Well in, Kev.
Yeah, well done, Kev. Fair play. That's okay in my book. We hope Kevin Kilban wins Dancing on Ice if he's still on it.
Yeah,
is it Dancing on Ice or the other one?
Zinedine
Kilban. What a man. I used to have this shirt, right? White shirt. Honestly, it was a white shirt, right? And it said Zinedine Kilban, and it had his face on green. And it was brilliant. And then I ruined it because I just got drunk and spilled something on it. Anyway, back on topic, yeah. Get home for Kevin Kilban on Saturday. X Factor is still going, is it? You know?
Anyway, good luck tomorrow, Everton.
Yeah, good luck tomorrow, Everton. Good luck.
Safe travel.
Paige and Thingy on in Love Island. Good luck to Kevin Kilban. He doesn't need any luck, him now. He's smashing it. But yeah, up the toffees. Colin Chong.